Caitlin Clark will compete in the Annika Pro-Am.
Wait until you hear what Caitlin Clark is doing next if you believed she was unbeatable on the basketball court. At the Annika Sorenstam LPGA event, Caitlin Clark is making a comeback to the LPGA Pro-Am, a move that is already causing a stir in the sports community. And she's not going alone this year. She will be joined on the fairways by another WNBA player, Sophie Cunningham, according to sources close to the event. Yes, you heard correctly. The WNBA is apparently incensed that two of its biggest stars are joining forces. For fans of Clark's career, this isn't your typical celebrity golf appearance. Ever since she touched a basketball for the first time, she has been in the news, smashing records, attracting large audiences, and reviving WNBA fan enthusiasm all by herself. However, the league itself appeared to regress at some point. League management have reportedly been rushing to decide how to respond to Clark's increasing crossover appeal, an allure that transcends basketball. It's a power move that nobody anticipated, especially now that Sophie Cunningham is joining her. Caitlin Clark made a big impression with her first LPGA appearance last year. Teamed up with world number 1 golfer Nelly Korda, Clark took center stage and did more than simply play golf. The LPGA threw a lavish party. Press. Everything, including social media blitzes, live streaming modifications, and coverage, was planned to optimize Clark's impact. As a result, one golf event attracted more fans, more media attention, and more enthusiasm than the majority of Clark's WNBA games put together. According to insiders, the event this year is expected to be much more significant, particularly with Sophie Cunningham reportedly joining. You must comprehend the importance of this. Cunningham and Clark are not professional golfers. Their presence alone turns a golf tournament into a social media flurry, notwithstanding their basketball prowess. Videos of the drives and putts from the previous year went viral in a few minutes. Fans from all around the world tuned in to watch Clark's crossover magic, turning golf into an appointment viewing experience. Additionally, sources claim that the WNBA was silently worrying behind closed doors while the LPGA was rejoicing. According to reports, executives discussed whether permitting Clark to play would detract from the league, not realizing that she is the league. According to insiders, the WNBA is more tense than ever in terms of ratings, media momentum, and fan attention, especially now that Cunningham has joined. Fans are speculating wildly after noticing Clark and Cunningham's partnership on social media. A few think that this action might be the beginning of a more significant trend. WNBA players are utilizing their personal brands to pursue possibilities outside of the league in ways that the league has been reluctant to recognize. One unnamed insider claims that the league is afraid about losing control of its greatest talents. It would be easy for Clark and Cunningham to produce a moment greater than any playoff series. There is nothing more straightforward or brilliant than the LPGA approach. They put the basketball players in leadership panels, create narratives around them, pair them with elite golfers, and highlight their crossover appeal to a new demographic. In the meanwhile, the WNBA still handles its players like business assets, closely monitoring and controlling them. Clark broke records in just his debut season. A club was reinvigorated, 62 statistical marks were shattered, and a first-year player was considered for MVP. However, insiders claim that she is not well known in the league. There is a sharp contrast. Fans recall Clark's notorious Rookie of the Year award presentation. According to one report, there were no cameras, no enthusiasm, and the gym was deserted. It appeared to be a high school assembly that had been forgotten. She was welcomed as the event's focal point by the LPGA's Pro-Am. Clark was not only a part of it. In ways the WNBA hasn't, she was featured, honored, and given a stage to promote women's sports. This year's potential for media frenzy is enormous when Sophie Cunningham is included. What's most intriguing is how genuine Clark is. She didn't arrive posing as a golfer. She has played the sport since she was a young child and truly enjoys it. According to insider reports from the previous year, she is driven, sincere, and inspirational. She connects with fans, engages with other players, and exudes a captivating energy that seems effortless. And now, With Cunningham reportedly joining, the dynamic is heightened. Fans are already buzzing. How will two of the WNBA's top players represent basketball's finest while controlling a golf course? Fans are not the only ones who are thrilled. LPGA veterans allegedly expressed admiration for Clark's presence. Someone added, "Seeing what she's done for basketball and now bringing that energy here is phenomenal." Marina Alex, a different player, made a joke about wanting to take photographs with Cunningham and Clark in between games. According to reports, the younger players are thrilled about the chance to meet and play with Clark, many of whom grew up watching her redefine what female athletes could be. According to reports, WNBA executives are reportedly struggling with a PR nightmare. According to some insiders, the league might have thought about preventing Clark from playing golf this year because of concern that it would overshadow WNBA games. Clark and Cunningham, however, are apparently committed to looking at crossover possibilities going forward, indicating that their influence goes well beyond any league's jurisdiction. According to a WNBA insider, they can no longer be contained. Cunningham and Clark are demonstrating that they are in charge of their own limelight and that the league has no right to control it. Reactions on social media are already explosive. Snippets of within minutes, fan reactions, Cunningham's tefs, and Clark's drives are being shared thousands of times. TikTok clips show the record-breaking crowds and attention, while tweets conjecture about the league's worry. Additionally, the WNBA's response, or lack thereof, is adding to fan annoyance while the LPGA is grinning all the way to viral trending pages. Phrases like, "Why can't the WNBA celebrate their best players?" are common in comment sections. Additionally, Cunningham and Clark are greater than the league as a whole. According to insider whispers, Clark, Cunningham, and the LPGA may possibly work together in the future. This prom occasion, fans are conjecturing about a possible tour sponsorship or perhaps a unique crossover charity match, even though nothing has been verified. The mere prospect has sparked a media frenzy. While league officials apparently hold emergency meetings to discuss strategy and perhaps damage control, sports analysts are rushing to remark, this is not simply a golf story. It serves as a lesson in media influence, star power, and women's sports business. Clark's presence shows that leagues are losing out on significant potential if they don't acknowledge their best players. The reverse is demonstrated by the LPGA's support of Clark and Cunningham. When you have a party your stars, the sport expands, the viewership increases, and the cultural influence is profound. The difference is even being noticed by casual spectators. To watch Clark and Cunningham, fans who have never watched golf before are tuning in, increasing viewership, social interaction, and worldwide awareness. It has been stated that sports media organizations are changing their coverage plans to incorporate more live video of their events. There is no denying the impact. Cunningham's suspected involvement and Clark's attendance are more than just incidental. It is influencing how women's sports will be portrayed in 2025 and beyond. Additionally, as the WNBA discusses corporate language and internal messaging, Clark and Cunningham continue to establish their own narrative. One source claims that they are demonstrating to the world that they are legitimate without the help of a league. Their influence, talent, and brand all speak for themselves. Although it's a strong remark, it strikes a chord with social media users and fan communities alike. However, it is said that the LPGA views this as a brilliant strategic move. They are drawing in new fans, expanding sponsorship opportunities, and raising the prominence of women's golf to previously unheard of heights by emphasizing the crossover appeal of players like Clark and Cunningham. The contrast is striking when viewed from all directions. While one league celebrates its stars, the other finds it difficult to give them credit. The Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham prom tale is ultimately about more than simply golf. It has to do with control, influence, and recognition. It concerns the ability of athletes to shape their own stories and the repercussions for leagues that don't change. And one thing is certain as November's Annika prom draws near. The entire globe will be observing. The WNBA is perspiring, the LPGA is grinning, and fans everywhere are anxiously anticipating what will happen next. What do you think, then? Is it too late, or should the WNBA finally learn to embrace its stars? Tell us in the comments section below. And keep in mind that this is more than just a golf tale. It serves as a lesson in the power of athletics and what occurs when gifted athletes refuse to be confined.